Hi everyone, and welcome to this live stream on preparing for university from law students. My name is Dominika, and I'm a second-year business law student. I'm really excited I was able to start my new chapter in my life with DMU. I spent a wonderful time last year, and I cannot wait until my second year during 2020-2021. Additionally, I have fallen in love with Leicester as a city as well. Today, I'm joining by Sneha, who is the third-year law student, and the two of us are going to discussing the most important details on how to prepare for university while talking about our own student experience and answering your questions, of course. We would love to know who is joining us today. So do not hesitate to leave us questions or say just hello. So I'd like to welcome Sneha. Hi, how are you today?
Hi.
Hi. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and how you ended up being a DMU student?
So, hi everyone. My name is Sneha, and as Dominika has said, I'm a third-year law student, and I became a DMU law student through the normal route. So I applied through UCAS, and I ended up happening to get an unconditional offer from DMU, and that was on the basis that I put them as my firm university. And yeah, so I was very happy when I came for my open days, and I decided that DMU is a good option for me. So I firmed DMU, and once my A-level results kind of came in, that's when I got accepted into the law course at DM Oxford. So yeah, that's how I kind of got into DMU.
Great, thanks for that. So going straight in, I would like to start off with the beginning of your student journey. Why did you chose DMU and your course, of course? Sorry.
That's okay. So I came to an open day at the uni, and I ended up really liking the campus because it was very modern, and Leicester City Centre is like 5 minutes away from the uni. So I thought that was really amazing. And I think an additional thing was that the lecturers were like a make or break for me. And in DMU's case, it was definitely a make for me. I thought that they were very passionate about the subjects that they were teaching, and I just felt like at the open day, they made me feel like I was an individual and not just a number amongst like others. So yeah, which was different because I went to a lot of other open days as well, and many other universities. I just felt like you just feel like a number amongst many, and at DMU that was quite different. And yeah, so I think it was just the lecturers and the general like campus atmosphere that kind of made me choose the DMU. And then in terms of law, to be quite frank, I actually didn't know what I wanted to do at uni. And what ended up happening was I kind of knew that I wanted a degree, but I didn't know what degree I wanted to actually get. So I didn't know what degree that I wanted. So I did some research, and basically I found that law degree was a very high valued degree amongst employers, not just in the legal sector, but also amongst others as well. So I found that studying a law degree gives you a lot of transferable skills that can be used in many different careers. So in the end, I found that a law degree is what I wanted to study, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I thought that it was going to be not my cup of tea, but I ended up really liking it. So yeah, really enjoying it now.
Thank you. I definitely agree with you because being quite honest, I just was on a biological chemistry profile. And then I decided to study law. So quite similar to you probably. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And in terms of the campus and something like that, yeah, I definitely love the campus. It's lovely. It's amazing and wonderful. It looks exactly as on the photos. So for example, there are a lot of,
it does.
I love that. Do you know maybe that you probably know where is the river, the Vijay Patar and the river next to the Vijay
I know that. Yeah, the canal, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's so cute, and there are a lot of swans, etc. So yeah, I love Leicester in general, and I think that law is quite a good course. even if you don't know what would you like to do, if you just feel that it's your path of a career, way of you can develop yourself or something like that, I think that it's a good idea, because if it would, it's like, I think just follow your dreams and it will be okay, I think.
Yeah.
And moving on, what are your top tips for people coming to DMU this October from your own personal experience?
So for me, I think one of the top tips that is slightly geared more to law school is to network. And for those of you who's not aware of what networking is, it just means building contacts within the area of work that you plan to go into. So your law degree, of course, it's important and it takes first priority, but beyond your law degree, I think networking should be your next priority, because of course these people that you meet at law fairs and like different, you'll meet them everywhere. You'll meet them at different events that the law society puts up, and of course these people won't help you sort of write your application form or get you the actual job that you want. Of course they won't do that, but what they can help you with is sort of look over your CV, give you interview tips, give you the latest updates on insider information about deals that the law firm or any firm that they're working on. These are insider details which are like very invaluable when you're trying to secure a graduate job in law. And I think in general, I think networking is a huge thing, and I think it's a top tip. I think a lot of law students don't think about it when they come to study law, because you just think I'm here to get my degree, but you're not. If you think about the aftermath of a law degree, you want to think about the future, and I think networking is a huge stepping stone at that. And a general tip, a uni tip, not geared to law school or anything, just a general tip is, I think stepping outside of your comfort zone is a huge thing, and making the most of what first year has to offer is huge, because I think oftentimes students get very nervous about coming into university, and they don't kind of take the time to realize that everyone around them is on the same boat and that they're not alone. And you really have to come out of your shell and do things that scare you, because that's really where like the real change takes place. And you have to bear in mind that these years in law school, these are probably the last few years in education for many of you. I mean, many of you might do masters and PhDs and stuff, but the majority of you, these are the like last few years in education, and you really have to make the most of being a student. I think make mistakes, make changes, learn lessons, and really grow as a person. You're not just coming to university to get your degree, but as like corny as it sounds, you're also here to like kind of find yourself and like meet the true you. So I think that's another tip I've got to give. Like, be more proactive. Don't be scared. Come out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, and you are so much experienced than me, especially in terms of networking. Because being honest, I haven't thought about it, but I think it's a really great tip. You can also do some certificates online, like internships, which are online, for example, from Baker McKenzie. So I think it's a good idea to just gain your experience and just catch the opportunity to grow up. So I think I can add it. And in terms of the campus and going outside of comfort zone, I can just add that you can just be relaxed, do not overthink. I'm aware, of course, of the current situation, which might be stressful. However, bear in mind that DMU is doing everything to meet your expectations, and sometimes new approach, even a known approach, is even better than the old one. So yeah, I think it's like you just do not have to overthink about the current situation, because it will be fine. Trust me. I also was really nervous in the beginning, and I have no idea what should I do, etc. So, and now everything is so good, I think. So I suppose that everything is so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm really, really happy. So yeah, I think that definitely do just some research and networking and meet other people. For example, join to society. Have you, by the way, have you joined any societies during your first year or after?
So I did join a couple of societies. I think first year, I think I just went really crazy. I was so proactive. I wanted to do everything. I joined netball. I joined taekwondo. I joined everything. And I
Wow.
think, yeah, I also I did. I was health and safety officer for the law society in my second year. But I think that's the way to go. You really just have to put yourself for everything and just figure out which one you like the most and just stick with the couple that you really like. Of course, you can't do everything and try out everything, but I think it's good to really like try something new. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
pick up like, I don't know. There's many societies that you can join. That's another thing. Like DMU does 100 societies, and there's so much to do, and there's something for everyone. And I think that's really amazing, and you really should make the most out of it, because these societies, these skills developing, these you only have time for that when you're in education. I think once you pass out, when you like graduate and stuff, you're really not going to get the time, because life's really going to catch up. Like, you're going to have bills to pay, you're going to have your job, you
Family.
know exact families. Yeah, some of us may even have families, to raise. So I think really making sure of all of these things, really taking the opportunities that are given to you, I think that's huge. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And before I ask you the second
Mm.
question, I just would like to thank you, Manu, for your questions. And we will ask, oh, not ask, sorry, we will answer your questions probably before, I don't know, 10 minutes, 20, something like that. So be patient, please, a little bit. And then I have got the second questions for the Sneha. So how did you prepare for your course? Did you do any readings or pre-learning, etc.?
So for me, I didn't really do too much pre-readings before I came to DMU. We really weren't set any pre-readings, so I didn't see the need to. Everything's really taught to you once you get to law school, and you really won't be falling behind or not know what's going on if you don't do any pre-reading, because everything's really just taught to you from the beginning, and you're not expected to know everything once you come to law school. And I think for me, it was more preparing mentally, because law school is not a joke. The workload is heavy. Not to like put anyone off. It's a nice workload, like it's a manageable one, but it is heavy, and you have to really pace yourself with the material to fully like grasp all of the concepts that you're being taught. And so it's really important that you mentally prepare for the transition from going to college to university. And I think that's really the most important preparation to do.
I get your point of view because I haven't prepared for my course as well, being honest. I have decided to,
Yeah.
I want just to use my summer holiday as much as I can. And it was the best decision ever because it's really important to just focus on yourself and just spend time really good. And then you will have got more power during the academic year, which is quite hard sometimes. So I think that
Yeah.
it's a good point to just relax, chill, and just wait for the academic year, and then you will learn a lot. So, what do you think about
Yeah.
teaching at DMU in general? And are your academics supportive, especially talking about this period of time when we have to do everything online?
Mm. In my experience, DMU academics are extremely supportive, especially in first year. The lecturers are like quite aware that you're nervous and you're quite clueless. So their approach is very down to earth. I think in a lot of universities that are very prestigious and very well reputed, something that is lacking in them is that, well, in Russell groups. I mean, in universities that are Russell groups, some of the London universities, I think that something that's lacking is the sort of friendliness and the down to earth approach of lecturers. I think that's something very unique to the MU, and that's something I found even in the open day. The teachers are extremely friendly, and they're not people who you feel like if you don't understand something and you want to ask them about, you want to clear that with them. They're not people that make you feel stupid, or that like you don't have to worry about asking help. And I think also another big highlight about lecturers and academics at DMU is that they are not only here to support you with your academics, but also here to sort of help you as a person. If you feel like you're overworked, you're stressed, and you're just not in the right frame of mind, you are more than welcome to. You're always welcome to go to their offices and just have a chat with them. And they're very open to things like that. So they really care about you as a person. Like I've mentioned many times, they really care about you as an individual. And it's not just about you getting your degree at DMU. It's about you being okay, you getting the support that you need to excel. Really, I think that's what's unique.
Okay, thank you. Yes, every single time I asked them about something, they were really, really happy and helped me a lot. And during online period of time, I just contacted them via my student email, and I was asking them some sort of questions, etc. And they were so nice and lovely. And being honest, even on the beginning, because I'm an international student, and as a first-year student, I was really confused. And I just contacted with maybe do you know, maybe, have you got maybe the law of contract? Probably, yeah. During your first year.
Contract.
Yeah, law of contract, sorry.
Contract, oh yes, yeah, contract law, yeah. Yeah, I did contract law, yeah. That's one of the first year modules, yeah.
Yeah, and I was really, really confused because of this module, and of course also because of the jurisdiction, etc. Because it might be quite important. Because in England it's like common law, and in my country is not a common law, and it was really confusing for me. And then I just I just talked with one of my one of my teacher, and he helped me a lot, really. And he said me like, just do not overthink, focus on this, for example, on this part of material, then read it, learn it, and everything will be okay. Just do not overthink, etc. So I was so happy that I just talked with him, because it was easier for me to find the solution, for example, during my learning troubles on the beginning. So yeah.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Have you got any little troubles on the beginning on your journey, or not?
I thought that the transition was not too bad from college to university. I think DMU does a really good job at kind of easing students into law school. I think the bigger trouble for me was from year 1 to year 2. I thought that was a big jump, and yeah, I think that's where I kind of struggled. And DMU really provides a lot of help. Like, if you're struggling mentally, there's a lot of mental health support systems that are set in place for students who are really, the academics is really getting to you. I think that's really good, and it really came as a really, really big help for me, because it's really good to kind of just, sometimes it's not even the workload. I think it's just in your head. You feel like you go in with the mentality that you can't achieve it, and that's where the problem is. Sometimes once you've done it, it's like, oh, that was easy, but it's just getting through that part. And it's really nice because DMU provides that support. There's a lot of support systems that are set in place, and you just have got to go and get it, really.
Yeah, definitely, because I think that DMU in general is really supportive. Even I haven't got an, I think that, just sorry. So maybe let's talk about the campus now. What is your favorite part of DMU campus?
For me, I would say, as sad as it sounds, my favorite part and the part where me and my friends normally tend to like find ourselves is probably the Kimberlin Library, because I guess maybe because of the workload and everything, I find myself there a lot. So I just like that there's a lot of options of studying available at our library. So, if you're feeling like you want pin drop silence and, you know, you just need some quiet time, just you and your work, you can book yourself in for an individual room. And if you're feeling more like, actually, I need to talk this out with my friends, like, I don't understand this, so I need to kind of talk it out with my friends to really understand it, then you can book yourself in for one of those like group rooms that you can have where they have like whiteboards, and you can, if you're one of those learners that really excel when you're sort of bouncing off ideas each of like from each other, then that's a really good option as well. And I think that's what I really like. There's a lot of options, and because there's a lot of workload that needs to be dealt with, it's nice that the uni offers a range of different studying styles to cater to that.
Yeah, most of my friends
Yeah.
absolutely love libraries and learning there. Being honest, I haven't spent a lot of time there. However, my favorite place, my favorite place is just river next to the Vijay Patel, which I mentioned
Yeah.
because the view is stunning and the swans are so good.
It is. It is. It is.
Yeah.
I love
So,
that building.
oh, you do? Wow.
Yeah, I
I'm so
really like that
excited
building.
right
I
now.
really like it. It's really nice.
Oh. And there are some nice cookies there in the cafeteria next to the, like,
Mm.
yeah, on the first ground, not on the first ground. Which one? First, or it's like a little
It
cafeteria.
might be the first one. I think I normally go to the food village, the big canteen with all the
Oh,
really delicious
yeah.
food. There's a lot of range of food, and it's almost like, I think they do a world system where it's like different food from different parts of the world, which is like so cool. I think that's so cool because you come across food that you've never really had, and it's like really interesting. And every week you can go there and you find something new there. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
The food village is
And
another favorite place.
oh, yeah, and there are probably the chips which are so tasty, really, even better than in McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
I like them so much.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we can talk about the accommodation. So do you live in halls or in town, or can you tell not you, can you tell us, sorry, about your experience just living in Leicester and campus, etc.?
So for me, what ended up happening was I sort of got myself a private student accommodation. So I didn't get myself a hall, which is of course an option for first year students, and they're given first priority for university halls. So the second years and third years, they're really not considered that much. But first years, the students that are coming in, I think they're the first priority when it comes to university halls. With my current accommodation, it's right next to uni and it's right next to town. It's so perfect. I can wake up at like 8:50 and get to my 9 a.m. lectures. So it's perfect for me. And yeah, just Leicester in general is just great. I love it. I love this place. It's a really great city to be studying at.
Oh, I was staying at Glassworks, so probably we have got the
Oh
same
yeah,
point of view.
I know that.
Oh, yeah, I think that it's really great idea to live there because of the location. It's like exactly opposite the Houston, so business and law building.
Yeah,
But we've got also Loomis. You also probably know this one because it's really
yeah,
close.
I know that one. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
next to mine as well, actually. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely recommend, for example, Glassworks or Loomis because of the location, of course. However, I think that's also like living in halls, it's better for you to just like familiarize with other people, with your flatmates, etc.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's
yeah,
definitely an experience. I think it's an experience. Like if you don't enjoy that kind of atmosphere, then of course you can, get yourself a studio and just you at in second year, you've got second year, third year, you just got to figure out what kind of living environment that fits you. If you are one of those people that loves people and loves, being around lots of people and lots of different ideas, then I think halls is such an experience, and if you can take it up, you should give it a try. I think every uni student, that's part of the experience, is, living at the hall. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree with you because my second year also will be at Glassworks because of the people. I love people. It's
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
couldn't
definitely.
like. Oh, so you get it. Because for example, some people like, for example, living in your own space or something like that. But for me, it would be just too boring, and I would like be too tired because of lack of people. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I think that we can go to the Q&A section. And of course, we will. I can see that we've got also some comments from us from you, and we will try to answer your question as well. So we can start from what are the top things, items that we should bring to university. So you can start, Zeha, and I will add something later.
I haven't really thought about this. I think I don't really know. There's a lot of things that you should bring into university, but um, I think I don't really know.
I
I
can
think you
add
should go.
something.
I think you should start.
Okay,
Yeah,
not problem at
yeah.
all. So,
Mm,
being honest, I think that just bring your laptop, telephone, and smile. And now
mm.
being quite
Yeah.
serious, for example, it depends of the accommodation. Cause, for example, at Glassworks, I had got really everything, even the boarding iron and the iron. So I was like
Mm,
a little
mm.
in shock because I was thinking that oh, I have to bring something like I don't know right now, but like the kettles, glasses, cups of something, and a lot of
Yeah.
things. But I
Mm,
realized that we can go to the DMU, not DMU website, but yeah, DMU website, then accommodation, then the type accommodation you will be living in, and then you've got some little like facilities and something section, and then you can find
mm.
what will be in your accommodation. So it will be easier for you, for
Oh,
example,
wow.
to
Okay.
just
Yeah.
yeah, in
Figure
general,
out
there
what
will
you need to bring. Yeah.
yeah, because for example, in studio there are more things than in institute. If I yeah, am I right? I think that yeah,
Yeah.
because for
Yeah.
example
Yeah.
yeah, so I think that it could be a good idea. Have you got any other tips?
I think, yeah, just honestly, I think the main things are just a laptop. A laptop is really a must, like you said. I think just in lectures and things, when lecturers are just zooming through the information, it's really just it's the first day of law school, I remember I came with a notebook and a pen, and I gave up within the first 10 minutes because everything was being thrown at you, and trying to write it down quickly is not really it's not really efficient. So I think getting yourself a laptop, doesn't have to be the most expensive laptop or anything. Just get yourself use an effective, efficient laptop where you can take notes and just sort of make your notes on there. I think that's like a huge one. Laptop is a huge one. I think my sister's going to university soon as well, and I told her the first thing that you need, one of the biggest things that you need for uni is just get yourself a laptop. So yeah, laptop is number one. And a lot of things, like you said, is given by your accommodation. Like you don't really have to bring a lot. Like you said, it's just you have to sort of pull them up and figure out what they offer. So some accommodations, they provide you with toasters, they provide you with kettles, they provide you with hoovers, and others don't. So it's just about finding out what you need to bring. Don't overpack, because once you get to Leicester, I think that's you'll realize that there's a half of the things that you brought from home, like there's no need to bring them. It was just a waste of your space. And yeah, so I think
Yeah,
just write down like the main things that you need to bring, which you can probably find by just finding out from your accommodation. Just ring them up and just ask them, what do I need to bring? Is there anything, what do you provide? Kind of thing.
Exactly. And remember that you can also just, for example, buy something, etc. So it's not a problem at all. And I can finally come back to your question, Manu, because you asked about your course. So the answer is yes, because most of the courses just start from the 5th of October. So thank you for your questions. And yeah, if you have got any more questions or something like that, just ask us and we will answer it. And I've got the final questions probably. Yeah. So what is your not your favorite? Yeah. Sorry. What is your favorite DMU memory so far? Right. Yeah. So your favorite.
My DMU memory so far, I think my favorite one is I think DMU and just Leicester in general. I think one of my favorite memories is just exploring all of the cafes and restaurants. The wealth of cafes and restaurants we have in Leicester is crazy, because Leicester is such a diverse city. That's another big bonus about it. It's such a diverse city, and because there's everyone from all around the world here, there's nothing you can't get here. There's just so much culture, and there's so much, food, amazing, authentic Chinese food, Indian food, any food that you crave, Turkish food. We have everything here, and I think that's like one of the biggest like memories that I have. Me and my friends, we just go to all of the restaurants and just go on a restaurant like sort of, what do you call it? It's like a bar crawl, but like a restaurant crawl. So like from one restaurant to the next, and just try out like all the delicacies and all of the fun, food that they have to offer. And I think that's like one of the big things about Leicester. It's very diverse, and the food here is amazing.
Yeah, in terms of food, I love vegan restaurants and shops because I am vegan. Yeah. And for me, it was like, I'm so happy about it. So there are a lot. And there are also vegan sweets like chocolates and like cookies. It's so tasty and yummy, really. And my favorite memory of Leicester, sorry. And from my point of view, my favorite memory was probably very similar to yours, because, for example, I love the city. Like, Leicester is really nice and cozy. There are a lot of pubs, bars, restaurants. You have got also Mosh and Republic, if you like dancing like me.
Honestly, yes. Yeah. The nightlife is crazy in Leicester, I think. I think it's really amazing.
Yeah, really definitely.
Yeah. I don't know about now, because COVID and Corona has changed up the situation for us, but it will be fine. I mean, for students coming in, you've got 3 years at DMU, and you've got 3 years in Leicester, and I'm sure within those 3 years you will get a time when you will be able to go out there and really explore Leicester and really like see how amazing of a student city it is. So don't worry about COVID.
Yeah, exactly. So we are going to have to finish this live stream. Thank you very much to everyone for listening and for your questions. And thank you, Sneha, for your taking part in this live stream. You are so lovely person. So it was my pleasure to talking to you.
Thank you.
And
talking to you.
And remember, you can connect with people on your course on the Applying to DMU 2020 Facebook group. And if you want a last virtual look around before you start your course, then book onto our digital open day on Saturday, 19th of September. Best of luck with starting your course in a few weeks. And thank you very much, and have a lovely week. Not weekend, have a lovely day. Sorry.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.